Hello, my name is Renzer, and I have something very special for you today. Some time ago, I was invited to a scrim, a practice scrim, with a few Planetside 2 players, and I recorded it, and I decided to create a video that will showcase how you can implement everything you learned through my Being Professional Matters series into real-life gameplay, and scrim gameplay for that matter. Now, the video has no audio, nor I'm not going to talk about who I was playing against, or who I was killing, or who was killing me. I don't want you to focus on it, and I don't want this to be an EPEN comparison video. What I want you to focus on is what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what techniques I'm using, and what allows me to progress during the fight. The video has my commentary over it, and I really hope this will help you develop your FPS skills. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so match begin. I'm moving to the northwestern side of the base. That'll be my point of interest, the point where I will be defending. And here we go. I expect the enemy to come from this door. I throw a nade to check if anybody's there. I'm hoping that I will see thanks to splash damage. Crosshair placement. Managed to get the guy even though I lost my crosshair placement for a second. I'm standing here because I'm expecting that people will not look at this strange angle. I peek out, I do the crosshair placement, constantly anticipating the enemy's movements, and pays off with a kill. Look at how I'm cutting corners. I'm always working on my crosshair placement. I never look at the ground. What I'm doing here is betting that the enemy will not foresee me being outside of the point, so I jump out, but this is my lack of knowledge of the base because I didn't know it was going to be so hard to get back up. Anyway, as always, crosshair placement. What I did just now is what I call a double back. It's when you see a guy, you pop to into cover to the left, for example, and he expects you to go to the left, but you actually stop and go back to the right. It's just a mind game. Well, it kind of paid off. Let's see what happens next. Lucky kill, nothing to talk about. This is just an example of good general movement and gunplay. Engaging the enemy, always trying to aim at the head, trying to exploit cover. Basic stuff, you just have to practice it. Nothing to talk about really. Notice please that I'm about to aim at the enemy before I even cut a corner. That's also crosshair placement. As you can see, crosshair placement is like 99% of successful gunplay. Sad but true. Right, we set up shop again at our point. As you can see, I'm always aiming where the enemy's head's gonna be. Cutting corners, doing it. I see that there's two guys, so I fall back and don't risk it. I reload. Again, the nade is there just to tell me if anybody's near. I can see the splash damage, as you can see now, so I know somebody's coming, or at least next to the point. I hope he's gonna push out, so I exploit the strange angle that he won't check. If he's not coming out, I'm gonna peek out myself. Crosshair placement, get one guy, fall back. Don't get yourself into situations you can't win. I'm hoping he's gonna get tunnel vision and chase me. That would open him up to my guys from the point. He does. I try to do a double back, but I fail and fall down. The double back would have probably worked because he was expecting me to use the normal door. But, you know, you can't win them all. I don't redeploy because I'm hoping that I can quickly get behind them and exploit even more of the tunnel vision. Now the enemy is on point, I'm behind them, and it's my job to clear them, because I was gone for so long, I have to pay back some way, right? We got one guy, we push up to the point. I see that there are light assault above, so I try to create an angle that they can't control. Outgunning one guy. I try to keep moving, I try to control my angles to know where the engagement might happen, but there's a light assault to the south and to the northwest, and I just don't see it and I get caught off. Pretty good job by them. Okay, returning to my station, and this is where I failed. I should have checked left and right, somebody might have been there. Anyway, back to working my cover, back to working my crosshair placement, again, aiming at the potential head. I'm not looking at the ground. I remember engaging a guy there once, so I'm just checking. Here I got sloppy with the crosshair placement, but the strange angle kind of gave me a split second to readjust, so that's what saved me. Again, I'm hoping that the enemies coming through the door will be focused on the gate to the left so they won't see me if I stand here. But nobody's coming, so I peek out again with crosshair placement. Always do it. Keep aiming at the potential head. Don't be sloppy. It gets called out that all of the enemies are to the northeast, or at least most of them. Muscle memory and aiming at the head saves the day. Pull back a bit and reload, never engage without being ready. Notice that even when I'm running, I'm still looking up, not in the ground. Don't look at the ground, people. I could have used the door to the right, but I'm hoping that nobody's going to be checking the back, so I can exploit it a little. Get to cover, assess the situation, and fail. Well, at least you get one guy. And I get outgunned. Good job. I rush back to point, I get a little bit sloppy, and it doesn't pay off. Sometimes you just have to take a breath. The point is secure, so we're back doing our thing. We got the northwest. We need to cover it. It's hard to see, but I just swiped to the left and right to check if the enemy's there. That's good because I failed and forgot to do it the last time. You know what I'm doing here. 2 guys, so I fall back and reload. Perfect timing. Cross replacement's the name of the game again. And aiming at the head always pays off. The point is being flipped, so we engage. I outgun one guy. I know there's a light assault above me, so I'm keeping it, close to him so he doesn't see me. I exploit a strange angle, take one more guy out, reload, wait for my shields to pop back up. I get my health back. Get one guy. Keep close to cover, keep close to cover. Don't expose yourself. Check if the light assault might be overextending, but he isn't. Get close, outgun another guy. Reload, back to cover. Don't, overextend. I know that my guys are on point, so I'm checking if the northeast is clear, and it is. I'm moving to check if the east is clear. I try to flank the potential enemy, but nobody's there. There's a lot of venom moving from the north. I take out one guy. I feel that I'm going to be overpowered if I stay here, so I just fall back to cover, reload, and get back into the game. I see that I'm the only guy protecting the northeast right now, so I'm just going to set up shop here. Again, strange angles, cross replacement. I spot one guy, I don't expect him to do a double back, so I'm aiming at where he's going to come out, and there he is. Now he goes. I see some more guys coming from the north, so I call out to my team, but I get overpowered a bit. This is a thing that sometimes happens when you get 2 targets. You aim at one guy, then you jump to the other guy, and like the most extreme version of it is you have 2 targets and you aim in the middle. Not in one or the second, just like dead in the middle. This is actually a very good play by the enemy light assault. He's holding me back, I can't move up, and I can't help my team. It says that facility defended, but the Vanu took the point once, so I think they had a minute more, or a minute and a half, I don't remember. The name of the game here is Exploiting Cover. Controlling the angles of engagement, and good cross replacement again. Sweep left and right to check if the enemy's there. It's kind of hard to say, but in 60 frames I had enough time to notice. I do cross replacement, the guy puts his head into my crosshair, so he goes down. I see one guy. I push up, I think it was called out that it's clear, I don't know. But here again, I think that the enemy's not going to expect me to be here. And you can say that I'm camping, but in reality, I'm trying to catch him off guard. Like, winning is being ready before the enemy is. Help is needed on point, so we fall back. I throw a nade just for, just to be sure. Kind of pays off. A guy comes out. I try to help my guy by tab bursting him. It pays off. Now here, a guy is running behind cover, and he should have double back, but he's not, and I'm just expecting him to, go with the flow, and I don't even have to move my crosshair much. I'm just firing. Alright, round 2, and this time we fight for Vanu. Now, by now, my mindset was completely competitive, and You kind of noticed that I used to play Counter-Strike a lot. Who played Counter-Strike will know what I mean. But anyway, let's come back. The sides have flipped, but the name of the game is the same. Be professional, be accurate, and work your cover, work your crosshair placement. I get into a position where I feel I'm kind of safe, and I try to support my guys by killing as many enemies on point as I can. Like, my mindset right now is wipe out whatever you see, help your guys. I get into a position with a strange angle, I try to exploit it. I'm also trying to exploit the 0.7 movement speed I have on this gun. I come back into cover, I reload, and I keep pushing it, keep pushing. I'm trying to make as much breathing space for the rest of my team as I can. So here it seems clear, but still I'm watching my corners, I'm controlling my crosshair placement, and I should have flipped this corner to the left with a little more breathing space, and I don't do it, and we just take ourselves out together. Now, that was a mistake on my part. When you flip a corner, give yourself more space, don't just hug it. Now, I want to talk about something, because, you know, I'm constantly doing the same thing. It's crosshair placement, it's movement, it's exploiting the things that people don't expect, but many times people think that, you know, really good players, what they do is they, you know, they flip from one head to the other, they swipe incredibly, but really, the less you have to do to win, the better. Now, with crosshair placement and correct expectations, or expecting correctly where the enemy is going to be, you will always have an advantage because you will not have to move your mouse. You will not have to twitch or, you know, swipe. You just press down the trigger and people go down. Do the aiming before you have to. Be ready before you have to get ready in a split second. That's the key to success. Okay, but let's get back to the live commentary now. Now, unfortunately, some of the Vandal footage got corrupted, but the most important parts I still have. I'll stop talking about the crosshair placement and positioning now. You get my point. Now here, I see a guy pop out and I'm not sure what he's going to do, so I'm pre-firing. I'm just rounding the corner, keeping the crosshair placement and continually pre-firing. Here I get shot at the back, I exploit the cover, I just swipe and aim at the guy and kill him. I start working two corners, I make a mental image of where I have to aim through my cover and just check one side and the other. Again, notice that my aim is going through a three-dimensional space. I'm not just rounding corners, I'm thinking about the entire map. I see that the enemy is not pushing up, so I decide to push up myself. I'm hoping that yet again, I will be able to catch him off guard because they'll think that I'm holding the point. Remember that there is a peeker's advantage in this game. What this means is when you peek first, you have a split second where you see the enemy, but the enemy doesn't see you. Like in this situation, I'm going to peek out, I'm going to kill a guy. I'm going to fall back into cover, and I'm getting shot, so I peek out again, even though I'm defending. I try to be aggressive. I try to, again, get the enemy before he's ready to get me. Now, I'm running out of ammo here, and people tell me that there's no ammo points, so I'm like, fuck it, let's go with the beamer. By now, I'm pretty much confident that by just, you know, proper crosshair placement, proper aiming, and proper movement, I can handle myself. It's a little bit cocky, but, you know, it's just a training match anyway. The reason why you're seeing me getting kills with the beamer is not because my aim is super superior to everybody else and I'm the god of Planetside. But what I'm doing is I'm not giving the enemy a chance to fight on their terms. You see that the heavy assault was still moving. I didn't wait for him to peek me. I picked him. I imagined that he's going to probably try to get me at a corner that he's expecting, so I'm not letting him get to a situation that he expected. Now that was just cocky. Never mind. Let's go again. Again, we're just moving into position, nothing to really talk about. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can see that I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike. Okay, let's go. By now, you should know what the nade is for. It's for information. I just want to see if anyone's there. It exploded, so I'm pretty much sure that I'm safe. But, you know, another guy pops in. So again, I am dictating the terms. I am popping out. I am aggressive. I have the 0.7 movement speed weapon. You need to exploit the things that you have. I really hope that this video will help you understand what's important in a CQC based encounter and how to implement what you know from my tutorials into the game. for watching, and I hope to see you both on stream and in-game. Renzer out.